We're live.
And we're live. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Money Mindset Mastery for heart-centered entrepreneurs. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, this can extremely benefit you. This is
That's
Nancy V. Nancy V. I am Roseanne Galland coming here today on this Labor Day holiday. And I'm wearing white. Even though it's not the day after, I still wear white. I don't
right.
care. I do what I want.
That's right.
Yeah,
I do what I want because
that's
I'm
right.
free.
I'm free. I'm free. I don't put me in a box.
That's
Don't put me in a white box.
right.
I'm not.
Nobody puts baby in a box.
Nobody puts baby in a box. So today we are talking about your language around money, the words that you use, the words that we've both previously used and still catch ourselves using. And we're going to flip that around for you and show you a different way to speak about money.
That's right.
So you want to go ahead and tell us your story about how mean you were to money?
Absolutely. Oh, so maybe some of you can recognize yourselves in these stories. That's really what we're hoping that is going to happen, and how it's really a matter of just kind of like resetting a switch in your head, or becoming aware or conscious about what's coming out of your mouth. Because I know, like, for me, this really goes back to like your money story, how you grew up with money, and then any experiences that you had with money in your life. So, like, for me, I feel like, I feel like money wasn't really that big of a, I mean, it was there were certain things in my childhood that really, that, I can go back to and think about, like money, but I didn't really talk about money to myself or to other people in a negative way. Probably until I got older and was out on my own. And then that's when it's like it becomes this thing, like when you're with your peers, and it's like there's these feelings like not enough money, there's not enough money. And I could say that it really probably happened after I had children, because I really don't feel like I was, I mean, I think I had money issues before then, but they really started coming out after I had children. And it just felt like this whole thing of like, I don't have enough. I can't afford that. We can't afford that, talking to my kids. You know, they're, or I would say things like, oh, well, they get to do that because they have money, or something. Or I
Yeah,
would say like, I'll never, like wanting to go on a vacation or wanting to go somewhere. Oh, I'll never be able to do that because we don't have the money, stuff like that.
right.
Um, I'm trying to think of all the, I mean, for me, it was, I probably even said like, money, I probably even said like money sucks. Not having money sucks, stuff like that. And I think for me, it was this overall consciousness of just of money not being abundant, like almost like this consciousness of there's never enough of anything, like I'm not an abundant person. What is abundance? I had no idea concept of what abundance was. So there was also this lack of gratitude throughout the whole thing as well. Like I was never grateful for what I did have, and I always had a roof over my head. I always had food on the table, stuff like that. So it's just an overall talking out loud. Oh, we can't do that because we don't have money. Or, oh, I really want to buy that, but I can't afford it. Or, and I mean, even just talking about, it, I can feel my like energy going down,
Yeah,
down, down, down. But it's like it's also like in your eyes, like when you're looking at things that you would really like, I would really want to purchase, or things that I would need, and then this sinking feeling of like, well, I can't buy that because I don't have the money, right? And then words would come out that would corroborate or affirm that I didn't have the money. So it really wasn't until whew, I started to work on, it really wasn't until I started to work on my gratitude. So when I was like starting to be grateful for what I did have, for starting to shift the way I saw things, that then I could start to speak different things, speak into existence. Oh, well, money's all around, right? Money's coming to me easily and from all avenues. Whenever I speak that, whenever I say money's coming easily and from all avenues, I immediately get something, get some. I mean, it's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if anybody's watching and you want to comment any of like your old, what you catch yourself saying about money, what's the negative thing, and then if you have a new thing that you're saying, go ahead and comment, because we realize like we forget to involve you guys. So yeah, if there's anything that's coming up for you guys, type it in the comments and give us your negative words, and then give us some positive words that could be the opposite of that. Yeah, so it really, it started for me, it started with gratitude. And with gratitude, I started to be able to see that there's abundance all around. I mean, I'm even when I'm at home, but it's like, when I look around the room I'm in, it's like, it's furnished, it's beautiful. I have lights on, there's electricity, there's so many things to be grateful for. And all of those things cost money. And all of those things are, mean that that I'm abundant. So even now, like when I see something like, like when I see something that's like a big purchase, whether it's like, just beyond my wheelhouse or way beyond my wheelhouse, it's not like I can't afford that. It's like, okay, that's something, for me, that's like, oh, I get to create that money. It's like, for me, it's like, oh, I just haven't created that money yet. I get to create that money so I can have that. And then there's more things now that I'm stretching towards, because I know that they're going to expand my ability to receive, my ability to feel abundant. So now I just go ahead and expand. If there's something that's really maybe a stretch for me, I was like, okay, I feel into it more than I think about it logically, and then I say, I can't afford this. And a lot of just being able to say I can is a lot more powerful than I can't.
Yes.
So a lot of times I just say, I can. I can.
Yeah.
A lot of times I just start with, I am.
Right.
Because those are the most, I think they say I am is the most powerful affirmation that you can have. And I think I can is just as powerful, because it's so easy to allow the thoughts that you're thinking, oh, that's beyond me, to hold you back. And then it becomes this internal feeling. And the whole thing about abundance and about creating money and about having more is you have to be able to feel that you can have more. So even if like inside you're struggling with, oh, I don't know if I can do this, just start somewhere. And starting with the words is probably one of the easiest ways for you to start bringing in your abundance. So that's why I am is so important. I can, I have, those are huge. Those are 3 huge words that you can say in, that affirm that it's there and you have it. That's all I got.
Perfect. Yes. I love that. It's amazing. Do you notice yourself slipping back into old patterns, and how do you catch yourself before it grabs momentum?
Well, Roseanne knows that I do, because we just had this great conversation about it the other day. I do notice, like I went shopping over the weekend, and I'm on vacation. I have more than enough money, but I noticed that I was circulating, and I'm using the word circulation really with awareness. I'm circulating a lot of money going out. And that, money likes to flow. So right now I'm on vacation. I have my kids. I'm circulating a lot of money going away from me, and that's okay, because I think, again, those words, I could say I'm spending money, and that just feels really clenched. Like when I say I'm spending money, it feels to me like it's going away and I'm never going to have it again. And I have spent enough years in my life thinking that way, where spending money means that it's gone. It means that it's gone and it's not, and I'm not receiving anything from it. For me, circulating money, I'm circulating. I'm not only giving the money into the system of giving and receiving, but when I'm circulating money, I'm purchasing a product. I think of it in my head as if, oh, I'm giving my money so I can receive something back. And not only am I not, I'm receiving a physical product, yes, but I'm also receiving a feeling. So like I took the kids to Build-A-Bear. My kids are teenagers. We still like to go to Build-A-Bear. And if you've never been to Build-A-Bear, it's this workshop where you get to make your own stuffed animal. And I should go and get mine. But it was like, I was in the spirit of giving. I was in the spirit of feeling, like one of the kids is my son's girlfriend. She's never been to Build-A-Bear. So it's like, I was giving everybody an experience and a feeling. And so I was circulating my money that way. I wasn't spending it. I wasn't throwing it away. It wasn't a clenching feeling. It was like, wow, I'm circulating joy. I'm circulating happiness for people. And then that for me, it's like when I am giving in that respect, then I know that I'm going to be, money is going to come back to me, that I'm feeding the cycle, and the cycle is going to come back to me. Even when I was at Costco and, and circulated a lot of money there, or when I went and bought new shoes and I circulated money there. But these were not only products that will benefit my life and benefit my children's life, they're feelings that I get to receive back. It's like, I've got some really cool shoes that I actually needed, it's like, I needed some court shoes. I needed some hiking shoes, mine were all like, getting holes in them and stuff. So I get to see those things as things that are going to benefit, and they do already benefit my life, where I believe, I know previous in my pre-abundant life, I wouldn't think that way. I would be afraid to purchase something. I would think negatively when I purchase something. Even going to the store, and there's a story that one of our leaders tells us about an avocado, picking out an avocado, and the avocado was like $5, and he's like, and then he said to himself, okay, would a millionaire go for a $5 avocado? No. And so that's part of it. It's like, these things that we're circulating our money, that we're giving our money to, we're receiving an emotional benefit from them. And so when we can move into that emotional benefit, it's like, then we've got a positive cycle going. Then we're feeling our abundance. Then we're feeling that give and receive circuitry. So hopefully that makes sense to y'all.
Yes, absolutely. So many key points. I love it. Yeah. I love it so much. Yeah.
You want to take a moment to read Jeremy's comments?
Sure.
Okay. So Jeremy, hi Jeremy. Thanks for jumping on with us. He says, change your mind, change your attitude. Gratitude changes your attitude. That was number one. Change your mind, change your life. And then he says, I used to hate getting my bills. Now I am grateful for the things my bills provide. Yes, like electric, water, my RV and vehicles, and food. I'm grateful for these things now. That's cool. Thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah. Look who's coming on along with me. Look who's coming along with me on the journey. Yay. Yeah, it's a process. It definitely is a process. My beliefs around money happened, and this keeps coming up to the surface, where I would click into something and go, oh, okay, that's where it is. And I still hear my dad say things, and it clicks on a deeper level, and I can just unravel that and release it. and know that it's not mine, but I see one story affects like so many different things. So yeah, what you're vibrating, what you're thinking, your thoughts are manifesting, your thoughts are manifestations, and that's manifesting the feelings that's all coming out, into your reality. So I remember the stories of my dad saying when we would look at people traveling and they would have RVs, it didn't matter what kind of RV. It didn't even matter if it was high class, low class, a clunker. Oh, must be nice. Must be nice to have that kind of lifestyle. And it was always this whole scarcity or aggravation, jealousy towards other people that had money. And I see that now into my reality as me being afraid to have money because the people are going to look at me that way. So that's been a huge block for me, is like, it's okay for me to have those nice things. That story is not my story to own. Having an RV is so expensive. And he's even told me these things like, oh, if this breaks down, and he goes into the what ifs. And so that's where that is a new belief that I just recently uncovered, is that I'm afraid to receive money. So I have started, I did this on my own. Nobody told me to do this. I didn't learn this from a book, or I haven't even spoke about it. But yesterday I practiced, and let me back up for a minute. That scenario has also had me holding on to money and afraid to spend it.
Right.
And like you said, spending is one way. Spending is one way, and it's out.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you are recirculating, and I love that word,
Mm-hmm.
when you're recirculating, you know that it's the ebb and flow of the energy of money. Yeah. And it has to go out to come in. And so I would just like hold on to money. And you can ask Jeremy. It was like every time we get money and he'd want to, like splurge on something or treat ourselves to something, I will always have the fear. And it's like a legitimate feeling of fear.
Yeah.
And so I've overcome that, because I know when I spend, I say it's coming back tenfold. Or right. Like you, I'm putting it out into the universe. I'm helping somebody. I'm benefiting by buying their service or their product. I'm helping them to generate the things that they desire as well. And that's why people do what they do, because people need the services. So it's an exchange of money. So it's a positive thing. But what I did yesterday, and I have a shame, not a shame, I don't want to say shame, but I have a feeling of sharing it. And I don't know where that just came from. That's something I get to work on. Mm. So in order for me to put out into the universe and be able to receive and trust, I put $20 in a kind of an open space, but just kind of like on the shelf at Walmart. And I got so excited when I left, because I was excited for the person that's going to find it. Yeah. I put it in school supplies, and I thought, and I started thinking, the teacher that finds it, or the mom that needs it, or the whatever. And I was like, wait, that's not my part. That's not right. My part is how they spend it. My part is being able to give it away and know it's coming back tenfold. Oh, that's and so awesome. Jeremy's just like, okay, we're whatever. And it became, I was like, I got in the car and I was like, that was so fun. It was so fun to give money away. I was just like, I'm going to do more of that. I've always wanted to like pay for the person behind me. Mm-hmm. And just like know that I'm giving that joy away. I'm giving that like, that excitement when you find, $1 or a dime or whatever, I still get excited for a penny, Yeah. But yeah, going back to the feelings of money, I would have enough to get by, but I would still hold on to it. And then I would have, when I would go shopping with my mom and dad, we'd go to Vegas and we'd go to the dollar stores and Costco and stuff. And every time we'd get in the line to check out, my dad would buy mine. My mom would be like, oh, we'll buy that. And I would get like physically sick, but I would still push through that and let them do it. Mm-hmm. And let them pay for my stuff. But I could feel. Like I would get hot and sweaty. My mom's like, how can you always do that in the grocery store? And I never related it to that.
Wow.
But I know that that's what it was that I was letting them pay for something that I could probably pay, but I was in scarcity mode. So I'm like, I'm not giving my money away. I'm like, I need that. I'm going to need that for something. So
Right.
that was kind of strange. But until starting to do this, this money mindset work, I realized that is an emotion that I carried a long time with me. And that's what that was, that was a limiting belief that was boiling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the words I was using and the language I would use around money was horrible. And I think I blocked them to the point where I don't even want to bring them up because I don't remember really what they were, but I know it wasn't pretty. It wasn't nice. I'd be mad when the bills would come in. I'd be like, oh,
yeah. Yeah.
and then when I would buy something for myself, I'd feel guilty because I have, all these shoes that I don't wear because they hurt my feet, and I'd buy another pair of shoes. And yeah, there was a lot of guilt around money, anger.
Yeah.
And because I felt like it was all just going one way. It was
right.
all, I wasn't having gratitude for the jobs, the money, the income tax, the stimulus, all that stuff. So much gratitude. Even coupons. I get excited about coupons and stuff, It's an energy exchange. So
exactly. Yes, exactly.
pop some comments in the chat box if you have a story that's a negative story, or the way you speak and you can't figure out how to change it. We can give you some words that, put down a sentence like when your bills come in, your feelings and how you feel and what you say, not even out loud, but what you say to yourself, and really identify those emotions. And we can help you out, figure out where that's coming from. Because it's coming from somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a layer. It's a belief that comes from somewhere.
Yeah, it's definitely a belief, and beliefs can be changed. And yeah, we would totally love to help you. Yeah, get to the root of that, find out, and just get you into that awareness that money is all around us. It does circulate. No matter what you have. Tons of it, but you're trying to get more, or you have very little of it and you're trying to get more, it all comes back. It all circulates. It all comes back to you. And a lot of it has to do with our frequency and our vibration and what we're thinking about it, how we're speaking, and the actions that we're taking around it. Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
All right. No, that's it.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Well, should homework wise for you guys watching, again, if you want to pop in the comments any stories, any struggles that you're having with your words around money, or if you just want to start from today, being super aware, just being really conscious about what's coming out of your mouth when it's concerning money. And if you notice that it's a negative word or negative, something that's negative, or even if you're attracting people, because this happens too, when you start to work with your money mindset, you become more aware of what people are telling you about money. So like for me, so like for me, I started working with my money mindset. All of a sudden it was like all these people around me, like it was mostly people I was in contact with every day. So like people who I worked with at the thrift store, people who were in my classes. They're all talking about how there's not enough money, how they can't afford this, how they can't, and you'll start to like, your ears are now awake, and they're like, oh, you hear these people, you hear these people's talk about scarcity, right? And your job then is not to believe it, not to allow it to come in. A lot of times, as soon as I heard those words, I'd say, I don't believe that. I would just say to myself, that's not my belief. That's not my belief. Or I would just say the opposite.
Yeah.
They would say, I don't have enough money. I say, well, I have enough money. Money's everywhere. I start saying my affirmations in my head so that their negative energy wouldn't move into my frequency, into my field. So just be aware, and then use those opposite Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and don't join in. Don't join in, and the pity party and misery loves company. And don't join in and say, oh yeah, this happened to me, and I got this bill the other day. And don't even go to the party.
Don't go to
Do
party.
not join it. You can, you don't have to be like, rude, and some people are just not ready to hear it. But you can say, I choose to believe, or I now believe.
Yeah, it's really, it will, when you're ready, and you'll know when you're ready, it will be really super powerful for you and your friends or people that you're around when you say, oh, I don't believe that. People
Yeah,
people
I don't
assume,
believe that anymore.
yeah, people kind of assume that everybody is having the same struggles as they are. And when you're in
Yeah.
the vibration, and you're in the path of raising your vibration and expanding your beliefs, it's really powerful, not only for you and yourself to be grounded in your new belief, but it's super powerful to plant that seed in somebody else's consciousness. Like, oh, well, I don't believe that. And I say that all the time now. I used to not be able to say that, but I do.
Yeah.
I call people on their limitations now. I do it. Hopefully I do it in a nice way. And sometimes I don't. I mean, I was in my Tai Chi class, and somebody was saying something about their money situation. I go, well, I don't, I was like, really? I just kind of like, I said, really?
You're like,
Yeah, and actually it was about pain. I don't allow people to be in their pain stories either. So she was talking about her pain, and I'm like, oh, really? You want more of that? And that's kind of how I say it. I mean, I'm not very kind sometimes, but it's like, really, you want more of that? And that's kind of what I just make people conscious of. And I think part of creating a world that's releasing its scarcity mindset, which is what we've been living in for so many centuries, is calling people on their limitations. And you can do it more kindly than I do. But,
yeah.
but it's planting the seed, like, oh, really? That's what you want to, you choose to believe that. It's almost like you choose to believe that. And just, that's it. And, or you can just say, or you can just say, oh, well, I choose to believe this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super powerful for us to speak up,
Super powerful.
Speak more abundance into the frequency as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'd like to invite everyone watching this, if you feel called to go live in the group and talk about your money story, and maybe we can work on some fears too of going live. That's what I'm super excited about doing that, doing a challenge. But yeah, if you have you want to talk about money, anything related about money, and you feel like you get scared, but you want to go live, then do it. We are here in this safe container, in this safe space, to support you and help you get through these things, because going live is part of being an entrepreneur and showing yourself and stuff. So we can kill two birds with one stone right there.
That's awesome.
We would love to share and cheer you on. So
excellent.
That's what I have for today.
All right, cool. Me too.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. All right.
Let's see. I'm
gonna say thank you. Love you guys so much. Thanks for being here. We have comments.
Yeah, we have Jeremy. Jeremy says, I'm going to say, I find change on the side of the road and cherish that penny or nickel and sing, I am a money magnet and love what I find.
Yes.
Very cool. All right, y'all.
All right.
Have a
All right. We'll talk soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.